Welcome back, eh? This is the Canadian Silver Seeker, and I hope you guys are having another great day like I am. I just got back from a trip to a gentleman that I had met on Facebook Marketplace. I've actually purchased from him previously, a few months back there. He had some quarters. My LCS actually ran out of quarters last week, was their last bunch that he had there. So I checked, he hadn't gotten anything new yet. So I reached out to Facebook and I ended up saving myself some tax this week. And it was actually a cheaper price than what my LCS was charging me. So can't complain about that. Ended up picking up my $5 again. We've got $4.50 worth of Queen Elizabeth and her first portrait. Oh, and Kitty has to say hi. Hi, Kitty. Yeah, so got $4.50 worth of that. And 50 cents worth of King George the Sixth. So that's $5 face. Didn't get an extra quarter because I didn't get it from the LCS. Like I said, got it from a gentleman off of Facebook Marketplace. But I did save $13 from what I spent last week at the LCS, which is basically the tax on this. So we'll see if this gentleman maybe has some more next week, or if the LCS gets some new. We'll see. Not sure. I'll probably reach out and figure it out. Neither of those are enough to fill another role. Getting pretty close to Queen Elizabeth and her first portrait there. Being it's $5 face, and being that each dollar has 0.6 of an ounce, as always, this $5 will equal 3 ounces of actual silver weight. Closer and closer to my goals of $1,000. Not even halfway there yet. Getting closer to the $500 and halfway in that bag. But it's going to be a slow going at $5 a week. But I knew that when I started. That helps me with my cost average. It's nice to see that silver's down again this week, or still down from the prices that it was. Nice to buy in the dip. It's at about 43.75 Canadian today, I believe, just about $44. And that's basically what I paid for this. I paid 26 times face, so $130 for the $5, which is basically spot price. So can't complain about that. I always like when I don't pay taxes. But yeah, what's new in the world? Well, the election has gone by. Trump's coming in January. That's if war doesn't break out first. Russia, for the first time, just a day or two ago here, sent out an ICBM, which is apparently the first time that an ICBM has ever been used in an actual war situation. There was obviously no nukes in it, or we probably wouldn't be having this conversation right now. But that's a little scary. The NATO keeps pushing. And Russia seems like they don't have a lot of more bluffs to left. Like, that's, I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, that's one of the last things that, they have bluffs. I know I am no military expert or anything like that, but all I know is when I saw some videos of that ICBM up in the sky, cruising across the atmosphere there, for some reason it reminded me of cave paintings. I'm pretty sure there's a cave painting somewhere that looks very similar to that, I don't know, angel of death flying across the sky. That's the best way I can describe it. I find that honestly very scary, like seeing that come out of the atmosphere too. It's just like lightning bolts from the sky would be the last thing you saw before you met your maker, because you might have time to think, oh crap. And that would be about only time you would have. That's crazy how fast they came down, and if those all could have been actual nuclear warheads, that could have been a much different situation hitting the ground. So I don't know, that scares me. I'm an old man. I've said it to a couple of my friends already. You know, it's scary, the thought of drafting in war, and my friends are like, oh, we're too old for that. Well, and I keep reminding them that, yeah, the average age of a soldier in Ukraine is actually quite a ways up there, from what I heard. And yeah, that makes sense when you've already went through 800,000 men. Like, I don't know, all of these tax dollars going to this and to this NATO, fighting for land, and people that don't understand that NATO kept, you know, inching forward. I'm not saying what Vladimir Putin is doing is right. I don't think war is right, and I don't think, you know, the murder of young men is right on either side, or, you know, you can't call it murder because it's war or whatever, casualties, whatever you want to call it. The death of young men on each side, young men and women, families on each side, is kind of appalling. And NATO kept pushing. NATO keeps inching forward, inching forward, inching forward. And listen to the people. 90% of us are telling you we want peace. Come on, guys. Stop inching forward. Stop giving more missiles and more of our tax dollars, making us culpable and responsible for these young men's lives. Like, please, just stop. Just stop it, guys. We have had enough. The vote in America is telling you guys that we have had enough. We want peace over all things, over all other issues. I think 90% of us want peace. I could be wrong on that, but that's where I'm at. That is an issue that I will always vote for on my side, no matter who is saying that they want peace and can possibly bring peace. I will always vote for that person over any other issue, over economic issues, over men's and women's rights issues, over education issues, over it all. I will always vote for peace and for that person that says peace. And maybe that person is lying, but I didn't see the other side say that once. And so, I don't know, that's what we want. Sorry guys, this one was a little bit of an intense one. I do get a little upset when I think about the loss of lives that are happening for no reason on both sides of every single war. There is no right. The right is peace, stopping fighting. That is the right. And so that's what I think we need to do, and that is what I will advocate for. So, anyways, that's just it. That's about it for today. Thanks for listening to me ramble. We'll think about getting some more silver next week. And, yeah, like I say, thanks for listening to me ramble. Remember, it doesn't cost you a single piece of silver or gold to like and subscribe. You guys mean the world to me. Happy stacking, and peace.